Here's a video about the rest of the gear that I'm using. First up, pants. I've got a pair of JT pants here. I cut the white JT thing off because I didn't like the white in the woods, but these are great pants. I have yet to find a way to rip them. They smell great. They don't hold odor or anything like that. Just wash them. Really durable, really comfortable. They breathe really well. I used to wear army pants like ACUs and stuff, but I found that they break down after a while. I've torn the crotches out or the pockets or ripped them. And these pants have been through hell and back, and there's no problem. I mean, the knees are a little frayed, but no tearing, nothing. So they breathe real well. Again, pants are really up to you. What do you want to look like? You can check out Vulcan or JT or Dye, Empire. They all have good pants. So again, I'm not going to say you have to wear JT pants. They'll make you a better player. But these are the BFP pants. The whole team wears them. It's good so we can recognize each other. And yeah, I really enjoy them. I haven't had any problems. So JT pants. Usually when I play in a shirt like this. I sweat really profusely, we can say. So if I wear anything with sleeves or shirt on it, then it gets gross. And especially on like a fall day, if you get wet at the beginning of the day and then it gets cooler in the afternoon, you can freeze. So I'd rather just be a little chilly in a sleeveless shirt and let the sweat evaporate than hold it in against my body. So I don't have a top or a jersey that I usually wear. I did pick up some of these. These are Dye, what do they call them? Elbow pads, I guess, but it's really a protection for your entire forearm. Just slip it on like this. These were the last pair of camo ones. The other ones were black and white, so I was pretty stoked to find these. And these were a great investment. I never really thought about it until I went in the store and had some money to buy them. But if you do a lot of crawling in woods ball, and I always was getting my arms shredded up by plants or sticks and stones. These are great. I don't know if you can see the battle damage on here, but they have definitely paid for themselves. I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say about them. So if you can pick up a pair, pick them up. I don't know if you can get them in camo or which company you want to get them from, but I've been using these and I highly recommend them. Plus they make you look like a badass, so that's awesome too. I also had Dye gloves to match the arm protection. This one's coming apart a little bit. The right one is still fine because the right one is always holding the trigger on the marker. So if you have your hand on the gun, the glove is protected. This is my left hand, which I use for crawling around in the woods, and as you can see, I have a large ventilation hole where the palm used to be. But all in all, good. I recommend wearing gloves. It always sucks to get hit in the hand, so if you can pick them up, you can pick them up cheap, or just use thin liner gloves. But they definitely can help you out. So I use gloves. You don't have to. I'm not saying you'll be a bad player without them, but gloves. I just picked up some Dye knee pads, especially for the UWL coming on. I want to be able to go full speed, slide, dive, etc., and not worry about hitting my knees and busting it up on a rock and ruining my day. So I haven't worn knee pads in a long time. I usually only wear them skiing, but I thought it would be a good investment. Sort of been toying with fate and never splitting my knees open. So we'll see. There's a lot of hidden rocks and stuff here in Sweden. So yeah, I got these to be careful. I'll do a review of these afterwards, but I made sure they fit, and if they work as well as the arm pads, then we're in good shape. Paintball vest. I have a vest back at home. It was a super cheap one. I got it for about 30 bucks on the internet. I didn't really like it because the pod holders in the back were rigid and in the front, so you couldn't crawl very well if you didn't have even if you didn't have pods, they were still a rigid protector, so if you tried crawling, you always had this hard thing in your chest. AC Paintball BFP hooked me up with a Wrap 4 vest. I'll put up some photos of this. It's a good little vest. Got a pocket here. I usually keep a rag in there. Got a map holder here. I like to have maps of the game, so it's a very useful feature. And I keep game registrations in here as mementos. So I got Firefly, Serenity Valley, Vecring, France, a couple of Weekend Wars, and SPbTV Paintball. So I just like to hang on to my player cards and keep them in there as memories, as it were. Got a radio pouch here, pretty useful, especially for bigger games. I know it's always handy to have a radio. Pod packs, you got 4 on the front and 4 on the back. I pump a lot, so I usually only go out with 1 or 2 pods that I'll wear on the back of the vest. I like to keep the front of the vest empty, or maybe have a first aid kit. But usually if you're crawling, you don't want your pods catching on the ground. So I usually don't put them on the front of my vest. I just wear them on the back. For some of these games, all the other BFP guys are shooting chromes, and they burn through a lot of paint. So I become a pod monkey. Or, no, monkeys fill pods, bitches carry them. So I'm a pod bitch, and I'll carry a whole bunch more paint back here to refill people. But it's a solid vest. It breathes nicely. It's very adjustable. You have these rope down the side here, so you can adjust it to fit your girth or thinness if you're not very girthy. Standard issue Army web belt down there. That's about all the features. It's got the pocket on the inside for a camelback, but I usually wear the camelback separate so I can take off the vest without losing my water supply. The camelback is packed right now. I'm moving to Italy, but I recommend always having a water source. So get a camelback, wear it on your back. You look cool, and you can drink water, which is even better for you. Yeah, that's about all the gear. Ah, here's the right-handed glove. I cut the 2 fingers off so I can shoot, but you can see the palm of this is largely intact. Buy a stronger left-hand glove, I guess. The last piece of equipment here is Frank. This is a headdress made by Tackleberry in the US, and then I decorated it up. It serves 2 purposes. In the US, Tack and I were both tank hunters, and the tanks like to punish you for hunting them. And if you have 4 people shooting ions at you from a tank, you can get hit with a lot of paint. And if you get hit in the head, you can feel concussed. So this rope just serves to, it acts as a helmet that isn't a hard helmet. I get a lot of bounces off the top because it's just the webbing of the rope absorbs the impact instead of breaking it like a typical helmet. So it's a lightweight helmet, and yeah, it looks mean when you put it all together. Frank was just an addition of my own, and the duck is new. Thank you to the rubber duckies. But that's all my gear. As far as footwear, I usually go with cleats, sneakers, or boots, depending on what I'm playing and the weather conditions. A lot of people will advocate boots for the ankle support. It's probably a really good idea. I have never, knock on wood, sprained my ankle or broken my ankle. So I'm still not scared enough to always wear boots. Sometimes I'll wear cleats and sneakers. But I do have boots. You can get combat boots, hiking boots, whatever boots you're comfortable in. They're a little heavier. You're going to have to practice running in them. But boots are probably your best bet, especially for a new player starting out. If you don't have a lot of money, use your sneakers, but just be careful. Just be careful. Yeah, I think that's all my gear. You know, I got typical paintball stuff like squeegees and stuff, but I think the question was more about what gear do I use, so that's my gear. Enjoy the video, and I'll throw in some pictures. Take care. Peace.